Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into one of the most incredible moments in the entire biblical story, the covenant at Sinai. And look, I know this can sound like ancient history, but trust me, this isn't just about old rules. It's a powerful story about what it really means to go from being trapped to being truly free.
So here's the game plan for our explainer. We're going to start with the real destination of their journey, then we'll witness this totally dramatic meeting at Sinai. After that, we'll break down this blueprint for freedom. First, how to love God, then how to love people, and finally, we'll talk about why this whole thing is still so relevant today.
All right, let's get into it. Everyone knows the story of the escape from Egypt, right? But what we sometimes miss is that the point wasn't just about leaving a place. It was about arriving at a totally new kind of relationship. I want you to just think about this for a second. For 400 years, generations, your entire life has been dictated by a master. Your identity is slave. Then, all of a sudden, you're free. What does that even look like? How do you even begin? That was the huge challenge facing the Israelites.
This right here shows you the massive shift that was happening. Life in Egypt, it was all about the rules of a master. But life at Sinai was about learning the guidelines for a relationship. It was a move from physical bondage to spiritual freedom. From being defined by what you were forced to do to being defined as a chosen people with a purpose. It's a total 180.
Okay, listen closely to where God says He brought them. He doesn't say, I brought you to a new country. He says, I brought you to myself. This is everything. The ultimate destination wasn't a plot of land. It was a relationship with Him. The whole journey was designed to bring them closer.
So where does this new relationship kick off? Well, it's not in some quiet, formal meeting. It's at the base of a mountain, in one of the most dramatic, unforgettable scenes you can possibly imagine.
First, you hear it, this earth-shaking thunder. Then you see it, the sky just torn apart by lightning.
The whole mountain gets wrapped in this thick, swirling smoke, because God Himself came down on it in fire, and the entire mountain is just trembling. Can you even imagine?
So, what was with all the special effects? Well, it wasn't just to be scary. This awful grandeur was on purpose. It was designed to make everyone there understand that what was about to happen was huge, it was sacred, it was significant, and it was going to change the world. It was a moment that demanded their full attention. And that brings us to the real core of this whole thing. The law God gives at Sinai wasn't meant to be a new set of chains, not at all. It was a blueprint for how to build a free society that actually works. And it all starts with this word, covenant. Now this is super important. This wasn't a dictator just yelling down orders. A covenant is a two-way promise. It's an invitation into a relationship. It's God saying, I'll be your God if you'll be my people. It's a partnership.
Here's a simple way to think about it. You know, when you learn to drive, you learn the rules of the road. Are those rules there to stop you from having fun? Of course not. They're there to keep you and everyone else safe, so you have the freedom to actually go places. That's exactly what God was doing. He was giving them the rules of the road for living in freedom together.
This is such a brilliant way to understand what the law does. The Bible calls it a mirror. And a mirror is amazing, right? It shows you that you've got dirt on your face. But you don't use the mirror to wash your face, do you? No, the mirror just points out the problem. The law shows us where we're going wrong. It shows us our need for something more, but it's not the solution itself. So what does this blueprint for freedom actually look like? Well, it's pretty brilliantly designed around two key relationships, and it starts with the most important one, the one between us and God.
When you get right down to it, it's actually really simple. The whole blueprint, all 10 commandments, can be split into two main ideas. How to love God and, well, how to love other people. That's it.
So those first 4 points, they're not just a list of don't do this. They're a guide to having a real, healthy relationship with God. It's about putting Him first in your life, not letting anything else take His place, respecting who He is, and honoring the special time He created for us to connect with Him.
And this is where it gets super practical, because a healthy relationship with God isn't just something you feel inside. It has to change how you treat the people all around you.
The rest of this blueprint is all about respect. Simple as that. Respect for your family, for human life itself, for the commitment of marriage, for other people's stuff, for their reputation, and even respect for yourself by not letting selfish desires run your life. You can see how this becomes the foundation for a healthy, caring community.
Okay, so why are we talking about this today? It happened thousands of years ago. Well, because these core principles of love and respect, they never go out of style. They're absolutely timeless.
And get this,
Hundreds of years later, when Jesus was asked to boil down the entire law into one thing, he didn't get rid of it, he just summed it up perfectly. He confirmed the two core ideas of the blueprint: love God with everything you've got, and love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Okay, this last detail is a total game changer. The original Hebrew word we translate as commandments can also mean words or even promises. Just think about that. Try reading them that way. It's not, "Thou shalt not steal." It's, "I promise to provide for you so you won't have to." It's not, "Thou shalt not kill." It's, "I promise life is sacred." This changes everything. It turns a list of rules into a list of incredible promises.
So I want to leave you with this question. We usually think freedom means no rules, right? Do whatever you want. But what if the covenant at Sinai is showing us something deeper? What if real, lasting freedom isn't found in having no rules at all, but in a loving relationship where the rules are actually promises for a better, safer, and more meaningful life for everyone? Something to think about.